Hello, and welcome to the Tavern Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Derek Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog, Discord server, Mimi group, Facebook group, Twittering, and Instagram. Don't ask me about the Instagram shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So, the other day, I was talking about the combat wheelchair, and I asked for feedback. I got some feedback. And I'm going to read the email that I got. I'm not going to name the individual. Not that I don't think they should be named, but, you know, we live in a weird culture right now. So I don't want anybody getting negative pushback. But I thought it was insightful. Hey, Eric. I just have to ask, where are all these folks getting this idea that anyone is getting excluded from tabletop RPGs? I get why someone would want to make a combat wheelchair, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I agree. There isn't anything wrong with it. As a concept, as a miniature I would gladly put on my shelf. And maybe as a one-off item. But doing this all in the name of inclusivity seems to be a great example of some serious virtue signaling. I'm Mexican American and used to be seriously overweight, and never once have I ever felt like I wasn't allowed or ever excluded because of my size, race, or anything like that. When I create a character, I don't ever think about such things. Like you said, I play games to escape reality, not to mirror who I am in real life, deficiencies and all. I think that most of those making waves are just looking for brownie points and seriously doubt they have a genuine care for those they claim to be advocates for. I'll get off my soapbox. Love the show. Keep up the great work. Well, yeah, I think that's, you know, and that's part of what goes on in society in general. Okay? Whether they're looking to get brownie points from the left or looking to get it from the right, it's an attention-seeking thing to some extent. Again, I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea, and I think as a collectible mini, it's certainly the ones that I saw that they had proposed looked really spot on. I just don't think it works in game, and maybe your character is injured and needs such a device for an adventure, but for long term, I don't think that's what I want to roleplay. Like you also said, why would I roleplay my deficiencies? I live with them. You know, I don't want that. Rach, I know you got that look on your face.
No.
No?
Yeah, we all have our differences, deficiencies, or whatever.
Challenges?
However we want to challenges, yeah. You know, and sometimes we might not want to play with them. And some people may, and see what else you can do. But,
right.
I don't know.
Could it be part of someone's escapism? Maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe they can't visualize themselves being fully mobile. Maybe they visualize themselves only being in that wheelchair, and that wheelchair enables them, the combat wheelchair enables them to go beyond their limitations in real life. That I understand. I just think it was, it got all the attention it got because there were a lot of people that wanted to get behind the I need to earn my points as our letter writer
social
said.
Justice cred.
Yeah, and nobody needs that. Okay.
Right, we do service to others because that's just what we do, and we're
being,
part of
being a good person.
Yes,
and,
not that everybody has to see.
Right, and that's and again, we're saying social justice warriors. I know a lot of people take that as slander, as a slight, the phrase, and I understand why. But there are those on the right that also do things that are virtue signaling to others on the right. It isn't just something that the left owns. And I know
It's a human behavior thing.
It's a human behavior thing.
You know? And it's not right when anybody does it.
No.
Whatever side of whatever they fall on.
No, because they're trying to earn recognition from their community, not necessarily because of what they believe, or doing an act because they're doing it because they believe it is the right act, but they want to make sure they get credit for it.
So the difference between right action and getting credit for getting credit for what's right outside of you.
Right. I mean, doing something, a good act, right? And whatever that good act is, you know, I mean, doing that good act should be reward unto itself. The recognition of it, you know, the attaboy is fine, but that shouldn't be the reason, the motivation. And I feel a lot of times with things like this, the motivation is, I need a slap on the back, I need that attaboy, good job. And I'd like to think that we're better than, you know, I love my dog, but she does a lot of things for the attagirl, you know, and you know, give me a treat. I need to get rewarded, and
where's my payment?
Where's my payment? And it shouldn't be for that. You know, it shouldn't come down to that. So
we'll have to talk to Donka later.
Yeah, we're gonna have to school Donka just because you're comforting, like, because her big thing is
just because you're so sweet
yes,
doesn't mean you get a cookie all the time.
If Rach works on my calves, my calves and sciatica suck. That's, by the way, another thing I would never want to role play. Would never want to role play a character with sciatica. Ain't happening. But Rach works on my calves. The dog will jump on my back, lick my shoulders and my neck because she feels she has to comfort me. But the moment it ends, she's at the end of the bed, standing up because she wants her cookie. She wants her treat. So, were you helping Daddy because it was the right thing to do, or were you helping Daddy because I get rewarded at the end? There's a difference, right? And there is a difference. You know, if you're doing it, if your motivation is the reward, then the act itself really has no value. That's.
But she would do that even if
she would without
it.
But she's a dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, she's got a good conscience.
But humans, in general,
her conscience is clean.
You know, in a bet, we are conditioned to be much like Pavlov's dog, and it's like, I do a good act, I want to get recognition for it, I want to get rewarded. And you know what? It's the reason why in law enforcement, cops only tell generally their war stories amongst other cops. Because, and we call them war stories. My war stories were things about the kids that I couldn't save, the kids that when they got to the hospital were dead, or the kid that you could save because foster grandma threw the child that had turned literally blue, dark purplish blue, because they weren't breathing, into your chest on Christmas Day, and thereby puked up whatever they were choking on, and sucked down her breath and cried. Those are the stories that you tell, not to get recognition, but because it's emotional stuff that you're holding on to. You know, you never... You know, anybody in law enforcement that's looking to get recognition, you joined the wrong occupation. Really. So. Alright, we want to bit off topic on that, but like I said, it was a good voice, good email. If you want to email the show, 10cars.tavern@gmail.com. Love to hear from you. Otherwise, leave a voicemail. We're in the midst of a pandemic. That hasn't changed. So.
Ain't gonna anytime soon.
No, ain't gonna anytime soon. Not medical professionals. Use your common sense. Take precautions to protect your health, the health of your loved ones, your family, your friends, your community at large. And if you have any questions, seek out medical advice from a medical professional. And as always, be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice. And God willing, I'll talk with you all again mañana. Later, folks.